What's up, guys? Welcome to the Vedantu Commerce. This is me, Aditya Arya, Master Teacher of Mathematics. And in this whole series, we are going to discuss the questions of the NCERT's textbook. Okay, so if you want more such videos on this, hit the like button, share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe. Now, let's start discussing question number 1 from the page number 26 of NCERT Maths book. And this is the chapter number 1, sets. Topic is subsets. Question was, decide among the following sets. Sets are subsets of one and another. Where A is the set, where A is the set. Now, how do I know that this is a set? That's the first thing. Guys, this symbol, this curly bracket symbol is the indication that this is a set. Always remember. Now, second thing that we will learn, this double dot. This double dot means such that, or basically this is used to define something. So we are saying A is a set and writing X and then writing double dot, basically we are now defining X. Now let's read after that. Now this is a symbol which means belongs to. X belongs to R, where R represents the real number. And means you have to satisfy this condition before and the condition before condition after and. So X belongs to R, that clearly means you can include any value from the real number line, or you will include all the values from the real number line. Now, and X satisfy X square minus 8x plus 12 is equal to 0. Now you are having two ways to solve this quadratic equation. One is a splitting method. I hope you all know. If you do not know, let me know in the comment box. I will definitely make a video on this method. And the second is Sridharacharya method. And I think this is a popular method, which the formula of which is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you do not know how to use this formula, also let me know in the comment box. Now, first of all, what you will do, you will solve this equation. X square minus 8x plus 12 is equals to 0. In this equation, you will use Sridharacharya method or splitting method. I am using the Sridharacharya method to calculate the roots of this equation. Roots are basically the values of x which will satisfy this equation. Now, over here I am writing the values to calculate the answer. 8 plus minus, basically the formula was minus of b. This represents b. So minus of minus 8 is 8 under root b square minus 8 square is 64 minus 4ac. 4 into the coefficient of x square is called as a, and c is the constant term which is 12 over here. Now divided by 2 into a, which is 1. So guys, x will be equals to what? From here, 8 plus minus, you will be having 64 minus 4 into 12 is 48 and divide by 2. And when you will solve this, it will come out as 8 plus minus 64 minus 48 is 16, root of 16 is 4, and divide by 2. So ultimately you will have two values of x, 2 and 6. I hope it is clear now. After getting the roots, now the question was A is a set. Now let's read the question again. Let's read the question again. A is a set, and now we are defining the x, that x can be all real values and it must satisfy this equation. So and means satisfying both. So ultimately the second equation gives two values, 2 and x. So the final values of x which will satisfy both is 2 and x. For an example, x equal to 7 cannot satisfy this, but x equal to 7 can satisfy this. X equal to 5.3 can satisfy this, but cannot satisfy this equation. So ultimately point is, whatever is the roots of this equation will include in this set. So A is equals to what? A is a set of two numbers 2 and 6. In the question it is already given what is the set B. Set B was given in the question as 2, 4, 6, and set C was also given as 2, 4, 6, 8, comma, dot, 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 dot. What is the meaning of this dot, dot? You have to read the pattern of this question, which clearly says the even number, all the even numbers. So that means after 8 it will be 10, it will be 12, and then 14, and so on, so on, so on. So basically it is an infinite set. Let me know in the comment box if you can define what is an infinite set. D is a set of just one single element. Let me know in the comment box what do you call a set which is just having one element only. So I have asked you two questions. What is that set which is only having one element, and how you will define the infinite set. Now every element of A is in B and C. आगे समझते हैं इस बात को. The question was which set is the subset of other. Okay, the question was which set is the subset of other. I will explain on this part. First of all, what is the subset? ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. What is a subset? What is a subset? I will explain in the simple terms. If A is the subset of B, that clearly means all the elements of set A, all the elements of set A must be in B. Only then you will call it as a subset. Okay, so to check whether it is a subset or not, for an example, I wanted to check A is the subset of B or not. I will check, does all the element of set A is in set B or not? Answer is yes. 2 and 6 are in B. Yes. So A is the subset of B. This part is clear. Now, next thing I will check with the C. If I wanted to check does A is the subset of C or not, what I will ask, does all the element of the set A is in C? Answer is yes. 2 and 6 are present in C. Yes. So this is also correct. But 2 and 6 are not present in D. All the elements of A are not present in D. 6 present, but not all of them are present in D. So A is not the subset of D. You can write it down like this. A is not, crossing it, D. Okay. Now you will go with the B. Is B a subset of A? No. 2 and 6 present in A, but 4 is not present in A. So A is the subset of B because the elements of A are present in B, but B is not the subset of A because the elements of all the elements of B are not in A. So B is not the subset of A. Does all the elements of B present in C? Yes. 2, 4, 6 present in C? Yes. So B is the subset of C. But all the elements of B does not present in D. So B is not the subset of D. I hope this part is clear. And now again you will do the same process with the C. Does all the elements of C present in D? No. In A? No. In B? No. It is not present in B, it is not present in A, it is not present in D. So the question is, if all the elements of the first set is present in the second set, then this first set will be the subset of the second set. Okay. Now the same you will check with the D. Does all the element of the set D present in A? Yes. Present in B? Yes. Present in C? Yes. That means D is the subset of A, subset of B, and subset of C. I hope you have understood this whole question. Okay, if you have any kind of doubt, do let me know, but do not forget to answer in the comment box what we will call a set which is having just one single element. Okay, now, so this is all for guys. If you wanted to attend the live lecture, stay tuned. We are having daily live sessions at 3:30 p.m. on the same channel, Vedantu Commerce. And if you wanted to enroll in any of the pro course, most welcome guys. The new batch is launching on the 4th of October and 25th of October. You can take the advantage of the term 1 and term 2 at the same time. Do not forget to check out the link in the description box and use the code ADAPRO if you wanted to have 10% off any enrollment program. And most importantly, something that has never happened is the VIP Vedantu Improvement Promise, which gives you the guarantee on every enroll program that you will do. So अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगे hit the like button, motivate us, and do not forget to share with your friend and subscribe if you wanted to have more such video. तब तक के लिए टाटा, bye bye, take care.